3-and-D, but you know, how much threes could he score? Like, we saw what he did with the Warriors and before. Look at the fake screen, the fake handoff. Good pass. That's LeBron chilling there. Good rebound. Mans aren't even boxing out. What are we doing? Like, dog, I'm telling you, just the defense is not the same like before, where they can actually rely on no shooter. There's no good backdoor. My good fake pass. That's elite, boy. My goodness. Wiggins said, I'ma get him. Bucket, boy. My God, Joe. That's what I try to tell y'all, man. Mans didn't want to listen. Look, LeBron's still 30 or 31. Anthony Davis still 30, and they shot great percentages. And look, still only scored 103 basically. It's just flirting to get 100. Because at the end of the day, the shooting's not there, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, like, and that's still ability. But at the end of the day, it's too late to apologize. It's too late. That's Game Boy, no Nintendo. I tried to warn people. I tried to tell people. I tried to give IQ. That's what I do beforehand. If you didn't pay attention or you didn't watch or whatever the case is, you know, that's whatever. But at the end of the day, I'm letting mans know now. I told people from now. I know, oh my God, it's game one and X, Y, and Z. It's not about it being game one, right? It's not about it being game one when there's a play style clash. There's like an elephant in the room. It's the same thing with the Simmons and the Sixers. Obviously, you know, it's the same type of thing, even though they might have games where they play good. They might have games where they play great. But when it's great teams facing you, and Warriors aren't even a great team right now because without Clay, right? When great teams are facing you, not only that, when it's playoff atmosphere and playoff series where mans, you've seen what the Suns did, when mans can actually force you to go to your weakness. You've seen what even the Lakers did to Russ, and that was Russ who had shooters. Everyone could shoot, and yet they sagged off Russ all day, every day. So imagine now you have Bron in the one corner and Russ has the ball. Or AD has the ball and Bron and Russ is spotting up. Like, what are we talking about? Then you still have Rondo. Then you still have Dwight. You still have DJ. Like, bare non-shooters. Even AD himself is not a sniper from three. He can spot up here and there, but like, he's not a sniper from three if you pay attention. So that's why I always said the bubble shit was cap, because they shot their best. They shot lights out like they were the Warriors or like they were the Nets. And that's cap. It was the bubble. In real life, in real scenarios, they haven't shot like that since. Even before the bubble, the Lakers, even before they had Russ, were shooting. They were one of the worst three-point shooting teams. Ever since Bron got there, that's what they've been. That's what, because the people they're trying to make as three-point shooters, they're not really three-point shooters. There's a rhythm to it. They're scorers masquerading as a three-point spot up. They're not Corvers. They're not Joe Harris. They're not Clay. They're not Steph. They're scorers spotting up. This is what happened when you made Ingram spot up, Lonzo spot up, these type of guys. And even Lonzo's more of a three-point shooter now, but you made Kuz spot up. Like, that's what you're doing. KCP spot up, and even then he broke out and was still tried and hit. You know what I mean? But majority, they weren't hitting like that. That's why out the bubble, same thing last year. They weren't hitting like that versus Phoenix. You saw it. And then now it's back to regular skid there. Oh my God, LaMelo shot 40%. None shot 40%. Bays, this, and whoever. Reason. Dog, they're not only Ariza and Ellington probably are actually live and die by spot up. They're not scorers. But Melo is a scorer. He has rhythm. In Portland, he shot 40%, but he had a rhythm. He got ISOs. He got post-ups. He got rhythm. He's not just spotting up. And Melo did have more of a rhythm, you know, this game that just passed. He had a couple 1-2 ISOs, but majority is spotting up. You know what I'm saying? So, like, when you're making these guys, Malik Monk is not just a spot-up guy. You know? So, when you're looking at these guys and now they're in a spot-up position, the guy that you saw splashing on another team is not the same that you see splashing with LeBron. It's the same thing. People, oh my God, why is Jeff Green splashing like that with KD in the playoffs? And he didn't do that with LeBron because he wasn't just spotting up. He was picking and popping, rolling. He got it off, you know, off actions, off rhythm. That's how he got it. He wasn't just standing still and wait till you get it. That's not what he was doing. He was in the actions. He was in the action. So when you look at that, man, I try to, you know, give IQ. That's what I do, and let people know about situations. And people kind of can't really foresee things because they kind of just read and react. They react to things. And I foresee things because the game is the game. At the end of the day, you have to understand the game with a trained eye. And then from there, you could be able to rate everything accordingly and assess everything accordingly. So I already knew. And it's funny how they roast the Brooklyn Nets for never having defense. And now The same people, even with the Lakers not having defensive players, are still somehow the favorites and going to win the title. But with the Nets, they're not going to win. They have no defense. Like, you see what I mean? How man's contradict himself? This is just 1 year away. Remember last year what they were doing? How they were killing the Nets all year? All year. About no defense. And these same mans. All of a sudden, the Lakers are in the same situation, ironically, at a worse level, because at least the offense, it ain't no problem for the Nets. You have no defense and your offense is atrocious, and yet somehow you're going to be the favorite. That's why I said I have the Lakers being the 6th seed. You're going to see. I have the Lakers being but the 4, 5, 5, 6 seed. And that's me being generous. That's me being generous for real. Because the Warriors could actually get the 6th seed when Klay comes back. And they could be 7. They could be avoiding, same situation, avoiding the play-in. Like that's what I see them in. That 6, 7, 8-ish range is where I see them. 5 at best. Remember, barring injury, no injury, if everyone's healthy all around, but that rarely happens. But at the end of the day, like, this is what I try to tell people. And Bron was actually killing. Bron was actually being a skilled scorer. He was actually shot creating in his bag. But at the end of the day, how long can you live by that? Was he still in the bag in the 4th quarter? When that's not you to the core, you can only live in that for a stretch. So what happens is, if last night, if Bron was in his bag and he was a skilled scorer and all of that type of stuff, and that's not him to his core, but he has the ability to do it, but it's not him to his core, but he has the ability. So while he's applying it, you better maximize it. You better go up 20. You better play some defense. You better, maximize that ability, but don't be only up 5, only up 3, up 10, then go back to 5, because that ability is not going to last, because that's not who you are at your core. It's not going to last in the most pressured moments, and you've seen it. It didn't last. At least he was trying. I rated it. He's the only one. You know what I'm saying? He was the only one. But at the end of the day, Bron has to live in that. His instincts to run into the paint, blow by, and get to the... He tried to do it in certain situations. It was off him, even though it was a foul. He tried to do it, but he, you know what I mean? It's like, dog, Westbrook's on the court. So they're going to have to figure something out. Like, and I even said at least it might work with 80 at the 5. You saw 80 was at the 5 the whole last stretch of the 4th quarter, and it didn't make a difference. Still no spacing. So I'm like, dog, I'm telling y'all something, man. I'm showing y'all something, but at the end of the day, like, people overhyped and amped about this Lakers and expecting them to be this whole number 1 seed elite. And this is just, again, it's LeBron love bias type of thing. And you have to get past your biases and just look at the game from a trained eye and assess the personnel. I wouldn't be surprised if by trade deadline something happens. And this is why I try to tell people the same issue they're trying to kill Ben Simmons for. Ben Simmons looks like ass and looks like this. Westbrook did not look this bad in all his other teams. He did not look this bad. Did not look this bad at all. But what happens when you're in a different situation where your strengths are minimized and limited because you have to play and live in your weakness? He can't just run downhill in the paint. Well, he can try, but man's are in the paint waiting for you because Bron's spotting up. So his man's going to drop down and shrink the floor like Dwight might be there. Like, you know what I'm saying? So the paint's not the same paint that it used to be for you, what you're used to knowing, which is why even Westbrook even looks more grounded than even, normally was. In the Wizards, even though there was one man in the paint, that man could still stay at the midi a little bit. There was still more space. Him running downhill in the PNR, like, is completely different. The spacing isn't this bad. So now Westbrook is now looking like a Ben Simmons. Are y'all going to roast him? Are y'all going to kill him to that level? Ben Simmons looks that bad because the spacing is an issue. I promise you, if you have Ben Simmons on another team, he might be getting triple-doubles galore like Westbrook, a superstar caliber player. You know what I'm saying? That situations is everything. People can't see outside the situation they currently see. And that's the problem. But I'm here to, highlight that, enlighten people, and give IQ. That's what I do. But you already know at the end of the day, dog, this is going to be a problem. This is going to be a problem all year. And it's not an overreaction to one game. I called this before the one game. And it's not just about the one game and rust. It's about what can you do to change this play style? What can you do to make the personnel fit? What can you do? You can't do nothing. The defense is gonna react like, and this is man's making mistakes. Man's are going over the screen on Westbrook. Imagine high IQ teams that are fine-tuned, defensively. We go under that shit. We go under that. Like, they're gonna force man's even to more of their weakness. They won't even let LeBron even maybe go, you know what I mean? Like, Can LeBron continuously go off of one dribble, quick release pull-ups from Egypt? You know what I'm saying? Can he still do step back threes? Like, is that what he's living in? Is that what he's been living in? That's what I'm saying, man. So we'll see how it pans out, but you already know. Did you already know? It's True Talks, because True Talks. Share, like, and subscribe. We out here. There's no doubt here. There's no drought here. I appreciate y'all. You already know. Spread the word. Share, like, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. You already know, man, dog. This is going to be a long year for Lakers fans. I tried to tell y'all from time. Y'all said Westbrook. And then now that he's with LeBron, all of a sudden, oh, my God, it's going to work. We all been roasting Westbrook. Now, all of a sudden, y'all don't. And then now you're going back to killing him. Start, like, they move the goalposts. That's what I be saying, man. They move the goalposts all the time. So you'll see. You already know, man. I appreciate y'all. And I'm out, man.